visiting Stockholm, there was one attraction we absolutely couldn't miss, the Vasa Museum. The centerpiece of the museum is the Vasa, a Swedish warship that has become one of the world's best preserved ships from the 1600s. And when you first walk inside, it's hard to believe what you're looking at. The ship is enormous, towering over 7 stories high. Nearly 98% of the ship on display is original, making it unlike any other historical ship in the world. As we walked around, carvings covering the sides of the ship immediately caught our attention. Hundreds of lions, warriors, angels, Roman emperors, and mythical creatures once decorated the Vasa, all painted in brilliant reds, blues, golds, and greens. Today the wood is dark, but scientists have recreated the original colors, giving visitors an idea of just how spectacular the ship looked when it first sailed. Or tried to sail. The Vasa was commissioned by King Gustav II Adolf during Sweden's rise as a European military power. The problem was that the king kept ordering more and more cannons to be added, making the ship dangerously top-heavy. On August 10, 1628, the Vasa set sail on her maiden voyage. She traveled less than a mile. A gust of wind pushed the ship onto her side. Water rushed through the open cannon ports, and within minutes the Vasa sank to the bottom of Stockholm Harbor. She remained there for 333 years. One exhibit showed exactly how the sinking happened, while another displayed a colorful reconstruction of what the ship originally looked like in all its painted glory. Walking around the ship from every angle, it became easier to appreciate just how massive it really is. The enormous cannon ports lining the sides once housed 64 bronze cannons, making the Vasa one of the most heavily armed warships of its day. You could even see the giant iron bolts that had been added in an attempt to strengthen the ship's structure. Inside the museum, a detailed cutaway model revealed what life would have been like aboard. You could see where the officers slept, where sailors worked, where supplies were stored, and even how stones packed into the bottom of the ship served as ballast to keep it upright. Unfortunately, not enough ballast. We also walked through a life-size reconstruction of the cramped lower gun deck, where dozens of sailors would have worked the heavy cannons during battle. Looking at the ship from the upper floors gave an entirely different perspective. From above, the towering stern with its hundreds of carvings looked even more impressive. One of my favorite details was seeing the restored versions of many of the decorative sculptures, including colorful warriors, lions, and mythical figures that once covered the ship from bow to stern. At the very front of the ship, another beautifully carved lion symbolized the power of the Swedish crown. Also on display is one of the Vasa's original longboats, which would have been used to ferry people and supplies between the ship and shore. Remarkably, it was recovered along with the Vasa after spending more than 3 centuries on the bottom of Stockholm Harbor. The museum also tells the story of the people aboard. When the Vasa was raised from the harbor in 1961, archaeologists recovered the remains of many of those who died when the ship sank. The museum was also hosting a special exhibition about the movie Titanic, featuring props, costumes, concept sketches, and behind-the-scenes displays, including the famous Heart of the Ocean necklace. It's amazing to think that a ship which spent more than 3 centuries underwater is now one of Sweden's most visited museums, and seeing it in person is something that's hard to forget. Next time we'll continue exploring Sweden as our Scandinavian adventure continues. See you in the next adventure!